Growth slowed a bit in April with arrivals at 152,000, but nevertheless it still represented growth over the previous year of 1.1%. And the number of US visitors also showed growth of a similar figure. It's coincidental, 1.1% also. In May, we saw a new growth of some 141,000 total arrivals, an increase of some 7% over the year before. And even from the US, we saw a 4.7% increase in that month. What that is indicative of is of a real full resumption of strong activity out of a market that had almost died on us a year before. June was also strong, I know, but the final figures are still being gathered, as I indicated to you. And the bookings for July, the figures have been coming in looking good, and August bookings are also looking healthy. In fact, August and July are usually strong months, and so we're not expecting any change, in fact, based on the pacing that we have been able to determine from the market. In this position of strength, therefore, Jamaica is well equipped and ready to assist Cuba as a newcomer to the region's tourism industry, and also to provide guidance for the smaller islands that are struggling in this volatile economic climate. Looking ahead, the long-term global forecast for tourism remains very positive. And I say very positive against the background of what the industry is going to do despite what the world economy is actually saying. World travel and tourism is expected to generate some $8 trillion US dollars in 2008, rising to approximately 15 trillion over the next 10 years, according to the latest tourism satellite accounts research launched by the WTTC. Overall, the results show that there will be a moderate impact on the travel and tourism industry as a result of the global economic downturn, with its annual growth rate experiencing a slowdown of some 3%, in comparison, of course, to 3.9% in 2007. Looking past this present cyclical downturn, the long-term forecast points to a mature but steady phase of growth for world travel and tourism between 2009 and 2018, averaging a growth of some 4.4% per annum, supporting 297 million jobs, and so providing some 10.5% of the global GDP. The overall impact of the current slowdown for mature markets is expected to be offset by the strength of the emerging markets. In particular, China and India are still growing rapidly, which will increase both business and leisure travel. And many countries in the Middle East are undertaking massive tourism-related investment programs. I mentioned Dubai, but also Abu Dhabi has come on very strong, and Qatar. And it's amazing what is happening in the entire Emirates area in terms of tourism. Among the 176 countries covered in the TSA research, the United States continues to maintain prime position as the largest travel and tourism economy, with its total demand accounting for more than $1,747 billion this year. In Jamaica, through targeted growth initiative, we will significantly boost our arrival figures. So let me take a look at our projections, and I must tell you that I have had to do a little adjustment to the projections that are in this document based on the outturn that we've had up to the end of July. But we have increased up over arrivals projected for 11.6% per annum from now until the 2015, when we will be achieving, we hope, 5 million stopover arrivals and earn some $7 billion US dollars. Increase cruise passengers by some 6.3%, and to increase our gross earning by 11% per annum, and to achieve an overall average hotel room occupancy of 66% by 2010. You remember I said that we were currently at 63%. With the expansion of the rooms, you're challenged unless you're able to grow at a rate of 15% or more annually over the period to move to a comfortable occupancy, as I call it, of 70%. So we're projecting on a 66% occupancy up to 2010 and 2011, and then hopefully we take it beyond there. And the targets for 2008 was to have 2 million stopover visitors, or a 13.5% increase. We're looking at that in the context of the slowing of the growth, which we have seen since May, and we're still looking for a 2 million stopover, although more realistically we are seeing more like 1.8 at the end of the year. So I will sort of not comment any further on the other areas of the projection, because everything is predicated on that particular outturn, except to say that our gross visitor expenditure is still expected to be $2 billion this year, which would be a 3-4% increase on last year, which was 1.9 billion. With 30,000 rooms we will have by the end of this year. We currently have 27,000 rooms. We're expecting to add another 3,000. That's still on target for this year. So we will end the year with a room stock of some 30,000. One thing we can tell you, that it will never be business as usual. So now more than ever, it is time for change, innovation, and strategic planning. Together with my colleagues at the Ministry of Tourism and the JTB, and most certainly in my role that I have assumed as chief salesman, I'm working to keep us on track to maximize our results. This is not a time for us to think out of the box as is traditionally thought. We have to think beyond out of the box. As it is said, you have to think around the box. As information moves from the center to the peripheral, you have to go where it matters most and where people are responding, and you have to respond to their various needs in the various areas of the market.